Porcupines are actually large rodents with sharp quills, and that is what protects them. I'm Shannon Lukens for Mountain TV. In our weekly segment with Colorado Parks and Wildlife, we learn more about porcupines with District Wildlife Manager David Rehak-Suma.
Today I'm here to talk to you about one of the more elusive creatures that we have in Colorado, our porcupines. Now porcupines all around the country are not super well studied, so what we do know about them comes from all sorts of different sources, but just know that they're elusive and there's probably always more to learn about them. But these are animals that you can find in just about any habitat that we have around here, particularly in your arboreal habitat, so your pine forest, your montane forest. These animals, believe it or not, love to climb trees, and so that's going to be their ideal habitat. It's somewhere where they have a lot of access to that and to the vegetation that grows on them. These are animals that will be eating the hard woody parts of trees. If you're out in the woods and you're looking at trees, you may actually find their bite marks carving up the side of a tree. But one of the things that makes these animals unique and hardy is, believe it or not, they are the second largest rodent that we have here in North America. And so they have a couple of traits that might surprise you about them because of that. The first one here, if we look at the skull of a porcupine, you're going to notice that their teeth have this bright orange color on them. And as is true with most of our rodents, their teeth will actually grow throughout the entirety of their lives. And that's something that, if you think about it, could cause an issue. If they kept growing and they got so big that they started growing into themselves, which does happen every now and then, that's actually going to be really bad for the porcupine. So they actually have this orange coating that's going to be on the front side of their teeth, and that's actually an iron compound that they get, which allows the back side of their teeth to wear down faster than the front. So as they are chewing on wood or hardwoods, then it will actually wear down those teeth. And you'll find that that'll happen with trees. It also happens with antlers. If you're somebody who goes out and finds antlers on the ground, you might find chew marks on them because those are a great source of calcium for our porcupines. Now, everybody's favorite part about porcupines are, of course, their quills. And their quills are a unique adaptation that do an incredible job of keeping these animals safe from almost all predators. Believe it or not, there are a few animals that have found out how to hunt porcupines. And really the key for that is going to be to get them on their bellies, because these animals are going to be entirely coated in quills except for that soft underside of their bellies. Those quills will actually change in size from short little protrusions towards their face down to these long, almost 2 to 3 inch quills that are going to be on their tail. But believe it or not, those quills are actually just a modified hair. So if you ever heard somebody talking about how these animals can shoot their quills and they shot their quills at my dog, that's not actually the truth. Those quills are grown with a mechanism that makes them release pretty easily from the animal. And if you look at a porcupine, you might not actually see those quills right off the bat because they have a few different layers of fur that kind of obscure them. And those layers of fur are going to be mostly to keep these animals warm. What you can see on these animals is this soft kind of furry layer, but underneath that is going to be where they have all of these quills. So if you look at them on the back there, that's going to go all around the animal. They're going to be directional. So what a porcupine is going to try and do is turn its back towards a threat. It's going to notice that there's a threat around, be it a coyote or a fox or something like that. And then it's just going to hope that that predator does all of the work for it. And then those animals, when they go for a bite, will grab a mouthful of those quills that are then hooked in there and can do some serious damage to that animal. If your dog does end up getting into a fight with a porcupine, it'll probably lose. And if it does, then your local veterinarian will be able to work those quills out.
Thank you to Colorado Parks and Wildlife for this update on living with porcupines in Colorado. I'm Shannon Lukens for Mountain TV.